Hey guys, I'm Just a Freak, and today I'm gonna give you my impression of a series called World End Harem. I've read the first 5 volumes of this. As you can see, I'm missing volume 3, but it's in mail somewhere. So yeah, this was requested by a friend of mine when I did my manga haul of it, and I finally got to have a bunch of volumes and I could read it, and I'm gonna tell you what I thought about it. But before we start that, I'm doing impressions, manga hauls, or all of that manga related stuff on YouTube. So if you like stuff like that and you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, and if you want to support this, leave a comment, share me your thoughts about this series, and why not leave a like. So let's start. First, regarding the volumes, these are the normal size volumes put out by 7 Seas, and they are quite pricey, so it's $13 US. And if you think at that, it's kind of double what this is requesting for a volume. And yeah, this started publishing in 2016 if I remember correctly, and it's still ongoing. And so far I think that there are 7 volumes or something like that out. Now let's get to the art. First, as you can see from the cover and from the name of the series, this is a little bit edgy, so to make it YouTube friendly, I'm gonna search for you some panels of the art that are not too explicit. So as you can see, the art is pretty good. It's nothing that will blow your mind, but it's not bad at all. And yeah, let's get to the story. So practically what happens in this is that we have a main male character named Reito, and he was studying medicine in a world that's set up in the future where humankind was quite autonomous. So they made a lot of progress in robotics and AI. So right now practically everything is automated and humans can just enjoy their lives, and only small number of people are required to actually do their jobs, to work jobs in order to live well, and those are kind of making it as something that they like, and it's part of their hobby and passion. So yeah, that sounds quite nice. But anyway, even in that world, you still have diseases, and this guy Reito practically has a disease that wasn't cured yet. It's called cellular sclerosis, and what that means is that since it's not cured yet, he's going to die. So an option that you have in that timeline is to actually cryo-freeze your body and wait for a cure. And practically the AI can give you a specific estimate of how long will it take it to define a cure and practically cure you of that disease, and you could wake up and continue your life. So yeah, he doesn't have a choice, and he's going with that approach, meaning that he has to leave all of his loved ones away for a couple of years. So he has to go to sleep and they'll go on with their lives. And before he goes to sleep, he kind of confesses his love for a childhood crush, a girl who he was working with and spending his time with. So it was something like, if I don't have the chance to do this anytime sooner or ever, I might as well tell her that now, and after that he goes to sleep. Now the weird thing that happened, he suddenly wakes up after a period of time. He's waked up by this girl over here called Shu, and she practically tells him that during the time when he was in cryosleep, something really bad happened to the world. So a virus appeared, a man-killing virus, and that virus is called MK, so yeah, pretty smart. And practically what that virus does is that it infects only males, and in a couple of days your cells are gonna decompose, they are gonna destruct, and you're gonna die. So what happened was that practically half of the population of the Earth died, and no males are left alive, except a couple of few that were in cryosleep. But the other issue is that they have to know if they wake one of those males that it is safe to actually do it, because they could get infected and they could die, and practically the whole population, the whole human society is in ruin now. So yeah, it's a virus story, kind of familiar with what's happening right now, if you ask me. And yeah, so that was practically the side effect of this virus. Every man, almost every man in the universe died because of it. Only women are left alive. Another side effect was that the world is starting to come into ruin, because as I told you before, humanity was at a point where everything was automated. Only a couple of people were taking care of those automations, and the rest of them didn't have skills or anything. They were just living and enjoying their lives. So when this hit, you kind of can guess that everything went to hell, because nobody knew how to do anything and everything started to crumble. And besides that, people are dying, no children are born, and yeah, the population and the humankind is kind of slowly getting extinct. Now, on the other side, there was another side effect to this man-eating virus, and that was on the female population. Because of this virus, every female on the planet started to dress really slutty, and every female on this planet started to get really horny. And yeah, that's where this World End Harem title comes in. So practically what they want to do is to actually start to repopulate Earth using our main character, and they can do this artificially, because they made some tests and it looks like the child will die at birth. So they're gonna do it the natural way that we are kind of used to. So yeah, that's what happens. And as I told you, there are also a couple of other guys in cryosleep, and they're trying to speed up the things, because even if you make babies all day long, you still can't fill in the gap of a few billion males. So yeah, what I can say about, I don't know, the etchiness of this story. So when I started reading the first volume, almost half of it or something like that was quite normal, quite chill, nothing too edgy in it. It was just setting the world and atmosphere and stuff like that. And bam, after that, it just became crazy edgy. So at this point, I don't know if I shouldn't call this hentai, because it gets really edgy and really explicit. It's not like that hardcore porn or stuff like that you see on the internet, but it's similar to the soft porn movies that were up in the 90s or something like that. So yeah, I think that this is still considered the manga, but it's at a thin line between manga and hentai. So if you're not into something like that, don't even try this series. And I'll try to look for some examples that are kind of say it's gonna be hard. So it's gonna be really hard to actually find something that's not. So as I said, everyone is almost naked all the time. All the clothes are tight, and that's kind of the overall vibe on this. Now coming to our main character, my opinion is I fucking hate that guy. So I can't stand it. As I said, you have a couple of people that are in cryosleep. One of them, because our main character is number 2, so one of them was awakened before him, and he's kind of has another personality. He's doing his job, let's say. And during the series, you kind of go through chapters where you are with the character, and after that a couple of chapters are with another one, and so on. And I so I hate so much the main character that I can't wait to get to the other characters, to parts of the stories that are not with the main character, because I find the main character so dull, and so I don't know, he's boring, and I don't get it how I was telling you that he had a childhood crush, and he confessed to her before he went to sleep that he loves her and all of that. And when he woke up, he didn't want to go with the plan to save humanity and everything like that, because he was in love with a girl that didn't exist anymore, at least for now. And he doesn't want to go through anything. He's complaining about this. He doesn't help humanity, and besides that, his personality is kind of dull. He's boring, and yeah, I don't like the main character, and the others are a bit interesting, but I can't say too many good things about them. I think that the female characters in this series are way better written than the main male characters, and yeah, that's kind of the plot of this series. Of course, you can believe that inside of all of this, through all of this, we also have a little bit of mystery, because we don't know if that virus was man-made or if not. We don't know who did it, so you end up with a lot of mystery in this series about the world, about what happens, about how everyone is living, and about how will they be able to overcome all of this, and who actually wanted for this to become the normal, and if anyone wanted for this to become the normal. And it's all of this mystery, it's keeping you actually read this, even if you don't like really edgy stuff. But I can easily say that I don't think that someone that doesn't like edgy things will find the story interesting enough to actually go with it, because to be honest, this is an average manga. It's not bad, don't get me wrong, but it's not good either. It just is. It's a nice read, but that's all. And it also helps if you like edgy stuff. And since I'm a cultured man and all of that, I'm gonna continue to pick up this series, and I'm gonna continue to read it. But if you're not into edgy and not into something that's almost hentai, then I would stay away from this. And if you like stuff like this and you pick up 1 or 2 or 3 volumes and you end up liking it, this also has a spin-off. And that spin-off, I haven't read it, but it's called World End Harem Fantasia or something like that, and it's practically the same thing, I think, but in a fantasy world with elves and stuff like that. So if you're into this whole scenario where everyone wants to make babies but with elves, go for that, try that. So yeah guys, I hope that you like this impression, and yeah, stay tuned for other videos like this. And if you liked it, give a like and share me your thoughts on this in the comment section. I'm curious who reads this, who wants to pick it up, and so on. Thank you guys, stay safe, bye bye.